Thank you, Mr. Chairman. According to HIMSA, the number of significant incidents involving, gas and hazardous liquid pipelines has increased slightly since 2010, but, pipelines remain one of the safest modes of transport. On average, 288 significant pipeline incidents a year, 13 fatalities, 66 injuries. Those numbers are low, but PHMSA set a goal of 0. I remember when we had a visionary leader at DOT about 20 years ago talked about 0 fatalities in aviation. People thought that wasn't achievable. Well, we have now achieved it. So I would hope that we can get to the same place with PHMSA in terms of serious incidents and particularly in terms of any future fatalities or serious injuries. Obviously, one incident can cause catastrophic damage. The Enbridge pipeline failure in Marshall, Michigan, spilled nearly 1 million gallons of heavy crude. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, they reclassified it as tar sands so they could save money on taxes into the Kalamazoo River. It's been 6 years since that spill, and yet 80,000 gallons of heavy crude tar sands remain embedded in the riverbed along shorelines and not recoverable. That kind of thing is inexcusable. It also went on for quite a period of time because of problems with detection and shutoff, which are issues that are pending with PHMSA. We had the San Bruno event same year, which killed 8 people. That was absolutely an extraordinary incident. So those incidents drove us here to pass the 2011 pipeline safety bill. Unfortunately, many of the mandates in that bill have not been implemented by PHMSA. The automatic shutoffs, which I mentioned a moment ago, leak detection, which I mentioned a moment ago, excess flow valves, the expansion of integrity management requirements beyond high consequent areas. They only issued I just hate this stuff, a notice of proposed rulemaking on October 13, 2015 on the hazardous liquids rule, and that took a year to get out of OMB. I'm working with our colleague Jason Chaffetz on an OMB reform bill. They are a major problem in many areas of government. But, nothing has been issued on gas transmission 5 years after enactment. I don't know whether to blame OMB, the Secretary, or perhaps the prior leadership at PHMSA, because the history has had an agency of dragging its feet. I think the new administrator is a breath of fresh air in that agency. Unfortunately, the Senate took the wrong approach on this issue. They told PHMSA it couldn't initiate any new rulemaking until all the outstanding pipeline mandates are completed, unless the Secretary of Transportation certifies Congress there's a significant need to move forward. That sounds an awful lot like the tombstone rule that we embedded in the FAA bill a couple of weeks ago, precluding any action to regulate lithium batteries until there's another fatal accident. We shouldn't be tying their hands like that, and that is not the way to go forward. It applies not only to pipelines, but to all their activities, which is just extraordinary. But, the Senate is known for being sloppy in legislating. Perhaps they just meant pipelines, but they ended up restricting everything. So I believe, we have an opportunity on this side to do a lot better. We should give them the opportunity to finish what they've been tasked to do. I don't think we should add any new rule-making mandates in the reauthorization bill. I'd like to see us put some things this bill can actually help them get the job done, and the goals and the objectives and the mandates that we put forward in 2011. Also, I think we could give them authority for emergency order authority, which most other agencies which act for public safety do have. They don't if there's an industry-wide issue, just like the crude by rail issue. So I think there's things we can do to make the agency work better, but I think the Senate really went down the wrong path, and I would hope that we do not choose to follow the Senate in this matter. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. We have 2 panels today. First of all,